detailed overview of the life of Carlo Acutis, a young man who became known and respected for his deep religious life, love of technology, and something called a modern saint. His life and legacy have deeply inspired many people around the world, and here is all the essential information about him. Full name: Carlo Acutis. Date of birth: May 3rd, 1991. Place of birth: London, United Kingdom. Date of death: October 12th, 2006. Place of death: Monza, Italy. Family: he came from a Catholic family. His father was an Italian businessman and his mother was a housewife. Canonization: Carlo Acutis was beatified on October 10th, 2020 by Pope Francis, although in the context of the Catholic Church he is considered a pleading saint because he did not go through the full canonization process, but was recognized as a person who had heroic value of life and faith. Carlo was born in London, but grew up in Italy, near Milan. His parents, who were deeply religious, always supported him in his Christian values. His parents noticed that Carlo had a very developed spiritual life from an early age. Although he was not religious in a way that was suitable for so-called pious standards, his behavior and daily activities were imbued with love for God. His family was close and supported him in all his interests. Although he was not an ordinary boy, he had a strong need to explore the world through computers, but he was also extremely pious. Carlo Acutis already showed deep faith in his childhood. He was a very pious boy, and his spiritual life was focused on love for the Eucharist, Mass. He understood very early the importance of receiving Holy Communion regularly and often prayed and went to Mass, which was something that was of great importance to him. Even when he was just a boy, he knew how to deeply respect the Holy Sacraments. Also, one of the most important features is his love for blessed images, relics, and holy places. It is known that his home was filled with images of saints and religious symbols. Carlo was a big fan of technology, especially computers and the internet. In his childhood, he developed his programming skills, and he was even interested in creating websites. He was, in fact, a pioneer in what can be called spiritual digital apostolate. One of his most famous projects was a website where he collected and catalogued information about Eucharistic miracles around the world. The site was conceived as an educational tool so that people would become familiar with stories about miraculous events that happened in the context of the Holy Communion throughout history. His work on this site was an indication of his ability to combine his love for religion and technical talent. At the age of 15, Carlo was already very skilled in programming and managing websites, which was part of his passion for computers. He believed that the internet can be a wonderful tool for spreading the gospel and faith in the modern world, and he actively worked to connect technological tools with spiritual values. He did not withdraw into the privacy of his digital world, but believed that everyone should use technology to spread good and love, not just for entertainment or commercial purposes. Carlo contracted leukemia at the age of 15, and his disease progressed rapidly. Despite this, Carlo remained positive and committed to his faith, using the last months of his life to spread his love for God, pray, and create artistic and spiritual projects. He knew that his remaining time was not long, and he bore it with great courage. There were many people who were impressed by his calm attitude and extraordinary faith in such a difficult time. Although it is known that his condition was critical, Carlo believed that God had a plan for him and showed it through his actions. Carlo Acutis was beatified on October 10th, 2020. During his beatification process, a very significant and apparent molecular miracle event was documented in a boy from Brazil who was healed of a serious illness after begging Carlo for help. The popes and priests who participated in this process emphasized that Carlo was a means of holiness in the modern world, because he knew how to combine the love of religion with modern technologies. He was not an ordinary boy. He had, according to many, a heroic life because he lived his belief until the end. Although Carlo died very young, his influence is enormous, both on church people and on young people around the world. Many organizations, churches and schools refer to his story as an inspiration for young people to develop their faith in modern society and technology.